Talked about coming into the tournament. But now we need to see whether or not who he can make it work in what could be the very last game that CLG play here.
And one of the reasons why I was saying CLG should go for one of those centric...
And will use a lot. But man, we're gonna get a very explosive game with a lot of team fighting.
SKT looking to finish this out cleanly. CLG finally switch it up here for the last game.
Once again, though, the Elise coming in.
Reverse sweep.
North America very, very well acquainted with reverse sweeps, and Hai himself,
The king.
an expert.
But it's funny with these mid lane matchups for CLG because they actually opted into skill matchups every game now for Huhi. SKT is setting up a little bit of a cheese gank here where you're expecting the enemy bot lane to walk by this ward you see down the bottom lane, and then he has put up 2 wards in the jungle to try and defend himself, but honestly you can even lane gank him at this point. You just lock him down with the Maokai.
Yeah, Kindred has so many options. And Smithy here is one of those players that also likes to get the early Hunter's Potions, so you have even more options. Kindred already has a ridiculous amount of sustain in the jungle, but going for the early Hunter Potion as well is a lot about keeping up the mana and the options wide open for you so you can react to what SKT tries to do.
CLG putting value in getting a blue buff though over to Huhi for his own lane matchup instead of being on the bottom side to try and punish Duke even more.
Got to get those bullets for the machine gun mages, Deficio. Blue buff is what they live on, and that will be a theme that we return to in this game.
But do you still think Duke can be shut down even more? Wave is very slowly pushing towards his tower. Dashawn now realizing as well he doesn't have any vision in his own jungle, so it actually doesn't belong to him because his own jungle is on top side, spotted, and that's why.
But the Dragon started off here. Let's see what CLG's answer for that will be. 100% commitment down here. Blue buff on Rise. Those machine guns take down Dragons very quickly as well, so it's not going to cost Blank as much as you might think.
And normally we could see a play here where you push in the top lane and you set up a TP and you just dive them 4v2. But Duke does have teleport himself and can join in. So it can be a risky play to pull off, especially because you obviously need a bit of time before the Maokai arrives. But I think it is still an option for CLG. At least use it to pressure SKT away from tower and get a bit of damage. Huhi's roaming as well.
So this might signal
to control the map.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of jockeying for positioning and trying to set up. Right now, SKT setting up outside the outer turret here, and that one will fall.
And just an easy play again. This is SKT understanding the power spikes of their comp. 1 item fully completed, Rod of Ages on Rise. You know what? We can start sieging up. We're not afraid of CLG ever engaging on us because we actually want to take that fight.
Let's see if CLG pull the trigger. Hurricane and BF Sword for stick save versus that Essence Reaver of Bang. Council Logic Gaming, they've got to play for time. Down 2,500 gold.
It's wave clear time.
Yeah. Wave clear and safety. It's pretty good on the side of CLG, but they've got to be very careful to be in the right lane at the right time. Short range there on both Kindred and Cassio, and Dashawn under pressure here from Faker.
And CLG are going to have to put more effort into defensive vision. You can see here with the toggle Fog of War, SKT are doing a good job of moving up the ward line slowly into CLG territory.
And again, one of the adaptations for this tournament was teams came in and put more focus on Dragons because a lot of teams were drafting these team fighting compositions who could scale up. And that's another advantage for SKT. They at a poor time. They will get some of these fights where CLG has to run at them. And they can't really with their composition because they're the ones chasing the gold lead, they're the ones chasing SKT around the map. And then you get this face check onto a Baron, flanking happens, and it becomes very, very difficult.
He is still down in CS, but keeping himself relevant. Abyssal Scepter completed, sitting on 1,200 gold. Faker, on the other hand, 2 kills and assist already. QSS, get rid of that CC that can come down from multiple sources, and that is going to be a big problem for CLG. One of the great tools they had was to try and lock down Faker, maybe burst him out. This makes it exceptionally more difficult. Blue buff challenge all over again.
Fighting for it again.
Looks like he should be able to pick this one up. SKT just a tad too slow.
Yeah, big difference here is that the 4-man squad of CLG are together. Teleports would be available for both of those top laners as well, but in going for that blue buff, give up a decent amount of damage on this turret because the Dragon stack in there is that burn. Just a couple of autos do a decent amount of work chipping away at it.
Yep, and SKT is just waiting again for a few more minutes to
killed, and SKT return to the bait.
Oh, looking for the face check. Fake has found Afromu and has taken him down. The tidal wave locks up Huhi. Petrifying Gaze not going to be enough to matter. SKT have killed 4 members of CLG, and now they can go back.
Snowball is huge right now. SKT just add 5 layers on top of it.
Darshan will be run down here by Faker. Those overloads again and again and again. Darshan, Sap Magic lifesteal simply not enough. And Ace and the Baron at 25 minutes.
And that was the play. SKT right now is playing everything by the book. They're playing everything perfectly. They know they're much stronger in the mid game. Set up these picks around the Baron with your pick wards. Instantly, they just engage onto CLG. Nothing they can do at this point. Your jungler is already dead. Your support dies instantly. Afro now is trying to get some revenge on Faker.
Just runs away, unleashes the power. Still has flash and exhaust, by the way. So if anything else happens, got some additional tools.
Yep, some very powerful additional tools there, quick shot. Baron buff at 26 minutes here for SKT. They do go for the recall, though a lot of gold to spend here, and that is going to be the trifecta of AD carry items for Bang on Lucian right now. Plus he's going to have the elixir on top of it. Very, very big push now for SKT with this Baron buff.
It's a 10,000 gold lead, and Blank wants to extend it more. Already forces the flash away from Stixxay. 90 caliber net buys some additional space, but that's just an easier target for the next team fight. SKT have continually gotten better with every single game, and Blank on this Elise has been phenomenal all series long. Oh, Darshan's just gonna get cut down. Blank is coming in from the side. There's some support from Huhi, but it won't matter. Vengeful Maelstrom and got himself one. Now Stixxay's got between 3 members of SKT. That's a double. That's a triple. Duke's looking for the quadra kill, and it will be secured by Faker. Counter Logic Gaming are aced at 28 minutes.
CLG try and put their foot in the door to get back.
By CLG, but still, you are so far behind that a puppy can just run around, don't care about the damage you deal, have enough damage to actually take you down. Another good setup. Takes down Bang, but now here SKT is saying, guys, we have done this before. We are used to fighting with someone dying first and still turning it around. Wait for the bubble from Wolf. Straight onto Stixxay, then you charge him into the wall, fight is on.
Yep, great setup right there, and then the convergence of all of SKT. Duke has his eyes on the back side, runs right past Stixxay to grab the extra 2 kills and clean up CLG. And looks like they're going to clean up this game as well. They're knocking at the doors. CLG haven't let them in yet, though. They're still holding on.
Got the traps.
The trap wall.
That trap wall is not going to do a whole lot, because Counter Logic Gaming are down 13,000 gold. Trying to defend this tower, using the Hurricane to as much use as they can from Stixxay. The tower's not going to get pressured for SKT. Look at Faker's positioning on the side. If anyone steps too far forward, they are just going to get insta-gibbed by SK Telecom.
Trading even on kills is okay for them at this point in the game.
So SKT realizing they can't just run headfirst into the base of CLG. They will never give up. We have seen this multiple times. Dragon, number 5 in a few minutes. Baron in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now this is the fight, so CLG are just staying ready for back. Who he tries to engage will have the Kindred ulti to keep him alive, but he doesn't get a proper engage at first. Duke tanking up the tower, goes down as well. Keep in mind, CLG's comp is designed to kill you when you run at them, especially when you have a tower next to you.
Again, another key cocoon from Blank in that one. Locked up Afromu, put a stop to the healing for CLG, and allowed SKT to go even in the kills there, at least for them. This time around, Huhi doesn't have the flash available for a surprise Cassiopeia play. Even though that one did fizzle out and fail in the last fight, it made Duke start tanking the turret early and put a lot of damage from the turret there from CLG onto the main tank of SKT.
And you have your book here full of all different kinds of ways to win the game. Running headfirst into enemy tower is now crossed out from SKT. They go down to point number 2 is wait for 5
seconds. That was on the list?
That was the first one now.
What kind of list are you running?
Blank has repel, remember, but he won't get it off. Stixxay's got himself a kill. There's a teleport from Duke. He's going to get rooted. He landed on a trap. That was well played by Stixxay. The hammer comes down in CLG. They've bought themselves more time.
It's not over yet, boys. Faker's going in.
Faker gets Darshan, the Aqua Prison locks him down. Duke has a Guardian Angel. Smithy jumps forward, 5v4. They turn their attention to Duke, but remember he comes in. Look at Bang. Lamb's Respite will continue to buy time. Jumping onto Lamb's Respite, Duke's in trouble. Who's going to be the first to die once in time? Faker's shut down. He's killed. He picks it up after he was the target. But their breath during the course of this team fight. Let's take a look at it one more time.
The 4 versus 5 from SKT here. They have the Guardian Angel on the Poppy, which ends up being crucial. This right here, Duke makes so many plays. Gets the wall stun onto Huhi, and that also takes down the Cassiopeia ultimate. Lamb's Respite is a big part in getting CLG to this point even in the team fight.
Oh
my God, another one!
Alive. Darshan, Vengeful Maelstrom on the front line. He's going to go down shortly. The passive buys some time. Soraka's healing him. Darshan is still alive. Darshan finally goes down. What more can SKT take? Stixay puts the damage onto Blank. Tries to sidestep a predicted cocoon, but it wasn't fired.
This is Dragon number 5. That's why CLG are out on the map fighting this. Baron buffed up SKT are looking to force this soon-to-be Dragon 5 buffed up SKT.
Yeah, there's no tank alive for CLG, so they have to just back away. This is gonna be a fight in their